Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're giving you a 5-minute deep dive into the Charlotte housing market. We're going to cut right through all the noise and get to the numbers that really matter for July 2025.
Yeah, it's a huge decision, right? And trying to figure out the market these days, man, it can feel like you're getting a whiplash. The headlines are all over the place, contradicting each other almost every single day.
So what is it? A buyer's market? A seller's market? Is it cooling down, heating up? It's confusing. But stick with me, we're going to unpack all of it, and by the end of this short explainer, you'll have a really clear picture of what's going on.
Okay, let's zoom out and start with the big picture. I've got 3 key numbers from this month's report to show you. Now, on their own, they're interesting, but when you put them together, that's when a really fascinating story starts to emerge.
All right, first up, closed sales. The number of homes that actually sold this July dropped a bit, by about 2.7% compared to last year. So you look at that and you think, okay, demand is starting to soften a little bit. But get this, at the very same time, the number of homes for sale, the inventory, shot up. I mean, it went up by a massive 33.5%. That is a huge deal for buyers, giving them way more to choose from than they've had in a long time.
And here's the twist. It's a big one. You'd think with fewer sales and a flood of new inventory, prices would have to come down, right? That's just basic economics. Well, they didn't. Nope. The median sales price actually still went up by 1.9%.
So what does this all mean? The most important takeaway here is that we're watching a major rebalancing act play out. The crazy, frantic pace, that's cooling off. But the actual value of homes here, it's holding strong. It's a market that's slowing down and seeing prices rise at the same time. Wild, right?
Okay, so let's dig into that inventory surge for a second. That 33.5% number sounds big, but what does it actually mean for you if you're out there trying to find a place? Well, in real numbers, it means there were almost 12,000 homes for sale across the whole Charlotte region this July. That is a lot of for sale signs dotting the landscape.
And this chart, wow, it really drives the point home. Just look at that jump. A year ago, you had fewer than 9,000 homes to pick from. Now, almost 12,000. For buyers, this is an absolute game changer. It's giving them breathing room that, frankly, they just haven't had in years.
And it makes sense, right? When buyers have more choices, they don't feel the need to rush. They can take their time. And that, naturally, changes the whole rhythm of the market. Let's see exactly how that's playing out. First, a really quick definition for you. You're going to hear this term days on market all the time. It's super simple. It's just how long a house sits on the market before the seller accepts a contract. It's basically the market speedometer. So, what's the speedometer reading right now? Well, this July, the average home in Charlotte took 43 days to get an accepted offer. Now, is that fast or slow? Let's put it in context with last year. This table really lays it all out. Just look at that. Homes are sitting on the market for a full 8 days longer. That's more than a week than they did just 1 year ago. You pair that with the small dip in actual sales, and the picture becomes crystal clear. The market is definitely pumping the brakes. Okay, so we've got more homes for sale. They're taking longer to sell. Fewer of them are selling overall. This all leads to the big one, the million-dollar question. Or, I guess in this case, the $400,000 question. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, right? More stuff to buy, plus fewer people buying it. That has to mean prices drop. It's Econ 101. But this is where the Charlotte market throws us a curveball. The answer, looking at the hard data, is a resounding no. Prices aren't dropping. In fact, the median sales price, that's the perfect middle point of the market, it actually climbed to $408,000 this July. And this isn't just some weird one-month fluke. Just look at the trend line here. Prices have been climbing steadily for a while now. This kind of price resilience is a really big deal. It shows that even with a cooler, slower market, the fundamental value of homes in this region is just incredibly strong. So let's pull all this together, this whole rebalancing act. A slower pace, but with prices that just won't quit. What does it actually mean for you? Whether you're thinking of buying or selling, let's get to the bottom line.
Okay, for buyers, things are looking up. I mean, way up. You've got more choices, way less of that crazy bidding war frenzy, and you might actually have some room to negotiate. Now, for sellers, the game has totally changed. Those days of putting a sign in the yard and getting 10 offers by Sunday, yep, those are pretty much over. Pricing your home correctly from the very start is absolutely critical, and you're going to need a little more patience. It's your new best friend.
So there you have it. The Charlotte market isn't a runaway train anymore, but it's definitely not slamming on the brakes and going in reverse. It's rebalancing. And, in a market like this, a balanced one, the advantage doesn't automatically go to the buyer or the seller. It goes to the person who's the most prepared. So the real question is, what's your next move?